Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 11. Today, I would like to present our project titled Comparison between Powerline Communication (PLC) and Visible Light Communication (VLC). Introduction. I will present briefly on what is a visible light communication. Visible light communication, which also known as VLC, system based on white LEDs has emerged as an eco-friendly IT green technology using terahertz visible light spectrum in the provision of both lighting and wireless access. The combination between illumination and communication produces VLC. It usually uses visible light between 400 and 800 terahertz. Continue for the introduction. I will presenting briefly on what is a powerline communication. Powerline communication, which also known as PLC, is like any other communication technology whereby a sender modulate the data to be sent, inject it onto medium, and the receiver demodulate the data to read it. Different type of powerline communication use different frequency band. There are two type of frequency band, which is known as narrowband PLC and broadband PLC. Narrowband PLC work at frequency 3 to 500 kHz, low data rate, and has longer range. For the broadband PLC works at higher frequency, which is 1.8 to 250 MHz, high data rate, and is used in shorter range application.
Objective. There are three objectives for this project. The first one is to determine the difference between visible light communication PLC and power line communication PLC. Second one is to distinguish the bit error rate of visible light communication VLC and power line communication PLC by using MATLAB. Lastly, to find the signal to noise ratio SNR of visible light communication VLC and power line communication PLC by using MATLAB. Methodology. There are two methods used for this project, which are Internet and MATLAB. From Internet, we found the journal for reference and obtained all the information about this project on Internet. Second method is MATLAB, which is we use BER tool application to simulate our result. This application enables to analyze the bit error rate performance of communication system.
Based on the result from figure 1, we had used BER tool and set the parameter to find BER versus SNR for VLC. The result shows that as the noise increased, BER also increased, as the SNR is also affected and decreased as noise increased. Based on the result from figure 2, we used the semi-analytic tab in the BER tool to simulate BER versus SNR for PLC. We had used the parameter which n equals to 4, k equals to 2, d equals to 1. The result also shows the increase in BER and decrease in SNR. The comparison of the result between VLC and PLC shows that the values for BER on VLC is little bit lower than PLC, and the SNR values shows drastically difference between VLC and PLC. PLC had higher SNR than VLC. This is because VLC accumulate higher noise compared to PLC, which had reasonably less noise. We have done an analytic of the integrated broadband power line, PLC, and visible light communication VLC system using research on internet and also simulation in the MATLAB. Further, the result achieved simulating the PLC channel in comparison to is almost similar and yet better if compared with the same modulation technique for which we have used, that is the BPSK for the PL channel. Also, due to numerous amount of simulation for which has been done to simulate both channel respectively, As the SNR ratio increases, the less the BER.